Welcome to September. This is day 2 of our march forward to the 7-day challenge to overcome stress and anxiety. I hope you heard the announcement yesterday. If you didn't, go back and look at it. Um, Love to have you get in on that. But the month of September we're dedicating to dealing with anxiety and worry and stress and all those things that tend to make you less productive, less effective, that just wear you out, that leave you exhausted. And throughout the month, we're going to be giving you some tips, some readings, some blogs, some strategies to use. These are all leading up to the big event where you'll really get a complete process that you can use that will really help you look at not only what to do when you feel anxious or worried or stressed, but why and how to eliminate the triggers and the causes and the things that make it happen in the first place. So for today, I just want to share a real quick one. This is one that I've taught to many kids over the years, simply because it's wonderful for school. When they start to get anxious in school or start to get ramped up on the school bus, and they need something that they can do for themselves that's sort of obscure, nobody's going to necessarily even see them doing it, but they can do this easily and balance their energy around it. So we're going to use what's called the Master Point 1, or Master Gate 1. And the Master Gate is using the meridian system, the places where energy comes into the body. And whether your energy is too high and you're vibrating and shaking, or it's too low and you just can't get yourself to do anything, using this Master Gate will regulate it. The point is, we want, if it's too high, we want to bring it down. If it's too low, we want to bring it up. We want to regulate it at a smooth level for you. It's really, really simple. The Master Gates are on your hands, right here where you take your thumb and your index finger and they come together. If you follow the bone down there and the bone down here, and right where those two come together in that V there between the bones, not on the soft squishy part, but where the bones come together, you'll usually find there's a little bit of an ouchy spot there, and that's kind of what you want, is that ouchy spot. What you're going to do is take your opposite thumb and stick it up there. So got your hand, you're just going to relax your hand, take your other thumb and stick it up there right onto where that ouchy spot is. Now you can take your other finger and stick it underneath to support your hand. You just want to keep your hand that you're rubbing relaxed so you can support it with your index underneath here. You're going to take your thumb and put it right up into that Y where the two come together, where that little ouchy spot is. You can feel it in there. And you're just going to run in counterclockwise circles, not really fast, not really hard. We don't want it to hurt, just enough to, you can see my thumb is just moving through there, and I'm not pushing hard enough to make my skin really dent in. My nail isn't turning white. Just a gentle rub. And you can relax your hands down wherever's comfortable. You're just going to sit there and rub that spot in a counterclockwise. So you put your thumb there, counterclockwise is going towards the thumb first. As you're going around there, you're just going to stick it in the middle, and you're not really moving it and rubbing it like this. You're holding it in one place and just kind of balancing it around there so that it rubs right on that little spot. So you're just going to keep your thumb there and rotate it around, and keep this under here just to support your hand. So you're just going to sit there and let that rub for 2, 3, 4 minutes, or until you feel your energy kind of shift. You might sigh, you might yawn, you might have a deep breath, you might just feel that relax happen. So you're going to have a certain aspect of relax, but that's only half, right? You have one on your other hand too, so you're going to do the same thing on the other hand. You can either put your thumb there, or if it's more comfortable, depending on whether you're right or left-handed, some people find it more comfortable, you can put your index finger on there and your thumb to support it underneath. And again, just counterclockwise circles going towards the thumb first, and round and round and round. You do it with your thumb if you're comfortable. Really easy to do it with your thumb. This is your relaxed hand that you're going to rub on. Put your index finger underneath to support it. Your thumb on top, right up into that joint where the two bones come together, and going towards your thumb first, and just going round and round and round and round. You can rest your hands down and go round and round. Not real fast, when it's not a race. If you're racing, your mind is racing, you'll be tempted to rub it fast. Just nice and slow, nice and gentle, should feel good, and you're going to rub that until you feel that relaxing sigh or yawn or whatever. So you can do that whenever, wherever. Don't need any tools. You could sit there you can sit at a conference table and be talking in a conference and have your hands together like this. Nobody will know what you're doing here, but you can be rubbing your master gate and calming your energy and balancing yourself and taking your anxiety away. And then you just switch hands and do the other hand. Just remember to go towards the thumb as you're making the circle, go towards your thumb side. And you're just gonna sit there and you can do it as long as you want. You can't overdo it. As long as you're comfortable, you can sit there and do it, but about 3 to 4 minutes is enough for most people. Some people will, once you've done it a number of times, your body will kind of come into tune faster and it'll take less time, but feel free to do it the full 3 or 4 minutes. So that's called our Master Gate 1, and that's a very, very simple way to just help to regulate the energy coming into you so that it calms down when you're too high, picks you up when you're too low, and you can really feel the difference when you do this. Now, if you're really, really struggling to get your anxiety under control, you can do both directions. You can go towards thumbing around for a minute or two, and then you can go the other way for a minute or two. Because often what happens when you have anxiety is you have both this high jittery energy and this really low, I can't do anything, stuck, frozen energy. And so by going both directions, you're dealing with both of those things. So you're just going to do a couple of minutes one direction and then a couple of minutes the other direction, and then switch hands, and a couple of minutes one direction and a couple of minutes the other direction. And hopefully that helps you. Teach this to your kids at school. Teach this to anybody who, university students, it's great. They can sit in lecture hall and do this and it will help them focus better. And it just allows you to, it gives you that kind of safety valve of energy going up and down and bringing it into regulation. So that's your Master Gate 1. We'll talk about a few more of these. Next week we'll give you another one. There are actually 4 Master Gates, but this is the simplest and easiest one to do, and that's why I wanted to introduce it first. And we'll give you some more tools throughout the month. Please get registered for the 20th. We'll have lots of fun together. We'll learn lots of tools to make you independent and able to control your energy in an appropriate way. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.